Okay, recording this video. It is 11:08 a.m. Chicago time, Tuesday, 14th of October 2014, and we've got a low that is in. I don't know if it's the final low, but it's an important low. It's like a left shoulder, and it was a quintuple setup. So every single tick bar time frame that I look at from the high to low signaled a support, and I'm just going to show you this because it's just wild. So the 40,500 tick bar chart, the highest time frame tick bar chart I look at, which is similar to a 45-minute chart. Here we go. This is Monday's activity. This is the open on Tuesday, and at 6:40 a.m. before the open, we had a pullback to end of trend signal go off, and it was a beauty in terms of setup. So we got exhaustion sell on a left shoulder. We got a bullish divergence come in. See how close it is to the zero line. So I always say kind of wait for something like a flush pattern or a push down to kind of close to the previous lows. That's what we got. We got a bullish divergence come in with pullback to end of trend, and all of these blue professional bars come in at the lows. So those were kind of made at the close, towards the close of yesterday. But it's a beauty kind of a setup there, and a little Rambo pattern right at the bottom down there, and that's 6:40 a.m. So we got a cyclical support coming in there. We're breaking above resistance. We're breaking into a trend move now on the 40,500 tick bar chart. So that is really important. That kind of completes this move, at least in this time frame on the way down. So 6:40 a.m. Now the next chart I'm going to show you one time frame up, which is the 13,500 time frame. Exactly the same time print. This is 6:40 a.m. Down at the 1868 kind of level here. All these blue professional bars kind of come in. We test into that bullish divergence. Support comes in, and we start to race away. After the open, we test back down, amateur down bars into there, and here we've got a break into another trending move. So blue professional bar breaking up through resistance. That takes us into that's jumping the creek, taking us trend move on this time frame as well. And then the 4,500 tick bar chart, which I keep on this chart. It's actually the same chart I keep on these two different kind of tabs for the higher time frames and the lower time frames. And here we go. Here's the 4,500, and a beautiful pullback to end of trend sequence again from the into the close of Monday. And we have exhaustion on the left shoulder, bullish divergence and flush, and then a little Rambo pattern at the bottom. We race away to Rambos at the top here, so that's a Rambo to Rambo channel. We come back into test at end of trend, weak selling, and there's a little blue professional bar comes in, beauty. And then we come back into test again, blue professional bar comes in, and there they are racing away there, and you can see all the highs get broken. The pros are buying that. The breakout's really important, so they're getting into that kind of level. And then when we came back into that level later on in the morning and tested it again a couple of times, you can see it held both times on the 1500 tick bar chart. There are a bunch of blue professional bars down there, but that held nicely, and now we're breaking into a trend move above resistance here because we've confirmed that. We've tested it a couple of times, bang, broken into an uptrend. So those are the highest time frame tick bar charts. Now I'm going to take you down to the 1500 tick bar chart. Here's the same activity coming into those lows, pullback to end of trend, whole bunch of blue professional bars on the left shoulder prior to that, and then this is this sequence, all these blue professional bars like a gathering, kind of getting going underneath a previous area of resistance. All those blue professional bars, that's professionals just soaking up all the volume in there, just buy, buy, buy. We know they're buying because the highs get broken and it's kind of on a low. So we get a little bit of weakness at the open, and then we start to race away. And then this was what I was talking about, where we later in the morning kind of tested back into those levels. You see those breakout levels kind of at 70, and we come back in, blue professional bars here, blue professional bars here again, whoops, on this testing bar here. Pullback to dirty end of trend. We don't get an end of trend because the pullback level is violated, but that's pullback to dirty end of trend. We test amateur down bars here, and we break away into another uptrend on the way up here. And then on the 500 tick bar chart, final one to show you. And here we go. That same kind of time print at 6:40 in the morning. Pullback, didn't make end of trend here, but we broke into an uptrend, came back to the support level. Blue professional down bars here, bang, getting ready for that breakout, and we just took off to the upside there. So that was a quintuple on every single time frame. We had support levels kind of coming in. We had really important levels being made on these higher time frame tick bar charts with all these end of trend signals kind of going off. So that was really important, and plenty of trading opportunities. So I was trading pre-open. First trade was long 69.75, out for 7 on that trade. I'd taken a trade early that which was a short into all those blue professional bars, and then later in the day took 2 long trades as well at the open, and then kind of later on when we tested into it. So it was a good day's trading. I didn't trade yesterday. I thought yesterday, Monday, was going to be quiet because it was Columbus Day and the bond market was shut, but no. it was a super busy day. Kind of all those kind of sell-off moves had to be made into those kind of exhaustion levels. But anyway, so I'm not saying that is the bottom. I'm saying it is a bottom. We're going to bounce from this until we get some kind of resistance. I'll be looking at the 45-minute chart, the 135-minute chart, as per usual, to see where we're going to kind of find those levels of test back in. But that was an important one, and what a setup, a quintuple. And I hope you traded well today. And just got long 69.75, just long 69.75. Probably going to have to move that target out, but I'll leave it there for the time being. So, what do we got? We got a potential reversal. It is 6:46 a.m. Chicago time. Really wanted to, thought this would develop closer to the open, but we've got a lot of, here we go. They just bumped it up through 70s. Yeah, definitely a movement target. So, yesterday, big sell-off overnight. A little bit of a pump, and then we come back down, pull back to end of trend. The reason for getting is these two blue professional bars, and particularly this last one here. That so 1500, we're going pull back to dirty end of trend, so it's not kind of completed nicely, but the blue professional bars have come in here. You can see a little cluster there that's gathering below a previous resistance, the resistance line there, and a jump up above that. Jump up above this, we got a jump above resistance on a double time frame there. So this was pulled back, didn't complete to a nice kind of neat signal. I had a short trade, a really nice one, short 70.75 into this move here, which worked out nicely, got out before these blue professional bars came in, and we've come back in to kind of test around that area at least. So they're jumping in, and we need this break to kind of keep on going. And so in terms of next 77s, 78s is kind of a key area. So we'll see what we do around them. Anyway, so just long 69.75. Alright, well this is starting to move fast, so I moved my target out to 79.75 just because it's well out of the way like that. There's also above this previous high, which is where there'll be stops and a little bit of a blow-off move, but who knows, that's a long way away. So we got another blue professional bar busting up through resistance here on 1500, which gives us that jump in the creek. So we've got an end of trend here, and also on the higher time frames is also an important point. So it's pulled back to end of trend on the 40,000 and it's support on 35. So you might call that something like a quintuple, because you got the 500, 15, 45 and 13,000 and 40,000. So maybe I should keep my target at 79s. So let's just see, it is way before the open, so and there's no real news events. So although there was a JP Morgan number that was released early, so we'll just wait and see. Alright, well this is getting really interesting. We're breaking up, we're into 73s, to the original target 73.75. I'm going to keep it out, the stretch target, stretch, it's bloody miles away at 79, but anyway, I'm just going to keep it there because this looks like we've got ourselves a turnaround happening. A whole bunch of blue professional bars through 1500. This blue professional bar on 500 came on the retrace, so that's good. They weren't taking profits on the way up. That was a retrace, and then kind of anxious to buy it. We'll kind of continue to break up 73s. So where does this put us? In terms of the last high here is 81. So yeah, so around 80 is kind of going to be a key area. But this does look rather good for a reversal. Again, all happening pre-open, 7 a.m. Chicago time. It's thinly traded, so they can, move it around with not much volume. So let's hold on. All right, here we go. The original target's at 73.75's been hit. We're just plowing through it. All blue professional up bars. I think they're just buying this as a change in trend. So, going to keep my target where it is, 79.75, just underneath the round 80 number, which isn't a bad place to be, and it's above this previous kind of resistance area. So we're at 4,000 on better momentum, 6,000 on better momentum on the 500 tip bar chart. So we'll get an exhaustion pattern at some time, but we've got some time to run before support to resistance. So let's see where this goes. Alright, we're up to 76s. I'm getting a little bit nervous here. We've just had exhaustion patterns go off on 515. We've got a resistance here. But we've still got to make some kind of topping out pullback to end of trend on 500, and this is the point here where things are stops are going to be busted. So 77.25 type numbers into the 77s. Well, that was 78. So around then there might be a little burst up, because this thing's gotta have a breath on the way. I like getting out on the left shoulder. So 79.75 where my target is, but let's just try, and if we start to see some Rambo patterns, I might think about changing that and jumping. Let's see. Alright, we've got a flat top here. I'm hoping to get just a little bit of a run above this flat top on 500 and then kind of jump out. But if it weakens around here, I'm just going to take what I've got, so I'm happy. But because it's a flat top, we're going to get a spike, and it's around this previous high. There's got to be some stops to run. We didn't really feel like a stop run, so let's see what happens. Just out 76.75 for 7, and I'm quite happy with that. Was hoping that this would just bust through, but in terms of profit targets, it's well above my average. It's pre-open, obviously, it's volatile days, and we've got pro-signal exit. We're above cyclical resistance here. We've got a Rambo pattern, so we're going to find some weakness at some point. I'm just wondering if it looks like it's just going to bust through 78. Anyway, that's good. So good day so far. 2 trades, 12 points, 5 on the first, 7 on the second. Extraordinary. Good days. Well, there we go. The stretch target 79.75 just got hit. That would have been a 10-point trade, but I don't know. Not in me to do it. It's not even gone pull back under trend on the 500 tip bar chart, so I just had to sit through a little bit of a retrace there on those amateur bars down, and it would have gone 80. So kind of pissed off. I should have just walked away from my computer and let the thing run, but I don't know. I just worry too much. Here we go. It's just going explosive. Anyways, a goodie. Quintuple support led to that one. So 1, 2, 3, and then back here 4, and then there was a support on 500.